the American people are fighting back against the federal government, and they have to. As of right now, millions and millions of Americans feel that the federal government does not have their back, and their only way of protecting themselves, their country, their state, their neighborhood, is to push back. Now, this is actually turning into a major problem because as more Americans decide to fight back, there is a possibility that we could potentially have a civil war on our hands. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but something that's happening right now is causing many people to end up in the hospitals, in clinics, with broken bones, and yet this problem is about to get worse. I want to address what's going on in just a moment. All I'm asking is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So let me just paint this picture for you and explain why many Americans feel that a civil war is becoming closer. One thing that we have seen happen very recently, and I just got a comment from somebody that said this is something that their relative went through. They stated that their relative had to sit in the hall of a hospital waiting because there was not a bed available. Now, this person's a taxpayer, they're a citizen, elderly individual. They had to sit in the hall of a hospital because the person that was in front of them fell off the U.S. southern border wall. They fell off of the wall, shattered their, they said that some bones or whatever in their leg, pretty much just shattered their leg. And they were being taken care of. Now, I bring this to your attention because we are about to see more and more people push to see a bigger, taller, and longer U.S. southern border wall. Also, fill the gaps. I want to show you this, okay? Border Vets, this is their name, says that take it upon themselves to seal gaps in the wall. Now, I want to show you a picture, okay? I want to show you this picture because in here, right here, okay, this right here, this is Kate Monroe. She's in the center, okay, right here. This is Kate Monroe. She is a California candidate. Now, her and other border vets, they decided they were going to go around and seal up parts of the U.S. southern border wall. Well, that's exactly what they did. Here's a news article from Fox News. It says California politician patches gaping border hole with 400 feet of razor wire using her own cash. It says an estimated 3,000 migrants were pouring through the San Judas break every week. That was just from a couple days ago. Now, it says right here, the gap known as the San Judas break, for its location just miles from the Mexican city of San Judas, has recently become one of the hot spots for migrants seeking to cross the border illegally. You can see her right here. Now, we've also seen videos from Fox News, from other local media outlets as well, where they are just showing dozens or hundreds of people flowing through this. Okay? Now, I want to read something else to you because I thought this was interesting. Somebody, a local aid worker, Sam Schultz, told the Fox News outlet that this hole is big enough that I have seen 150 people walk through it in less than a minute. That is the concern. If we do not do something here in the United States to slow down illegal immigrants from entering, they will continue to enter at an alarming rate. Now, it used to be in Texas. Now, that was previously, then it was California. Now, because a lot of people from California are pushing back, Arizona is now becoming the #1 hotspot for migrant crossings, even though we have a border wall and treacherous terrain. But that brings up what I stated earlier. More people are getting injured by trying to enter into the United States. Some people lose their life by entering. Some people drowned in the Rio Grande. Now, that's part of the problem. But here's the other one. The United States is paying for all this. Because when somebody falls on the United States side of the U.S. southern border, guess who takes care of them? People in the U.S. But if they cannot pay that hospital bill because it's going to be a lot more than down in Mexico, guess what? They just don't pay it. It goes unpaid and nobody gets paid. this is going to create prices here in the US for healthcare to go up. I want to show you this as well. This is a report from the other day. It says a new anti-climbing border wall prototype is being installed in California. Now, one thing that you need to understand about these border walls, former President Donald Trump said these are unscalable. You cannot scale the wall and jump over. Now it's been proven, probably hundreds of thousands of times that yes, you can. You can scale these walls and you can climb over. I want to show you this picture. This is what they are dubbing as the anti-climbing border wall. This right here is not a large enough piece of metal. And actually what's happening is people are coming up here and they're trying to cut this out. They're cutting these pieces out on the Mexico side and they're taking these and they're recycling these. So here's something that somebody said. I am not an engineer, and so I don't know for sure, but they said the only way to make a wall unscalable is you have to come up this side and then it has to protrude out this way, back onto the Mexico side, almost a curve. And the reason why you have to do that, and it'd be a large curve, is because then people couldn't go straight up. They would actually have to go straight up and climb out around it and then up and over. And that the majority of people would not be able to do. Also, you couldn't throw a like hook to get up and over because it would be just too far out. And if there's nothing to hook onto on the opposite side, then it would be unclimbable. However, that would be very, very expensive. And so some say that's part of the reason why an actual unclimbable wall hasn't been created or put down the U.S. southern border because it's too expensive and Congress would never approve of it. Now, here's the issue. This is a massive issue because this continues to happen. What we continue to see is an increase in falls from the southern border wall. And it's starting to strain emergency rooms in the San Diego area because that's usually who gets it. Now, this article is from October 23rd, 2023, but the issue is still the same, okay? And you can see the anti-climbing wall right here. People continue to try, and as they try and they fall, guess what? Then they're stuck with broken bones, right? They can't go anywhere, especially if they're trying to do it at night and there's nobody there, right? Major issue. But U.S. hospitals, they have treated, and this is just from about a week or two ago, it says U.S. hospitals treated 441 patients with severe injuries from the border wall last year. That number right there, okay, some say is extremely, extremely low. 441 last year. From what I have been able to gather and from different articles I've read, just in the past month, we have almost had about 200 in 1 month. Okay? Now, people have gone to local hospitals. Some people do not go to a hospital, and they continue to walk around with semi-broken or fractured bones. The reason I bring all this up is because the American people are going to continue to fight back. There are many lawmakers that are pushing for a larger border wall to actually secure the U.S. southern border, to put, especially in this sector right here, okay, this one right here where it's going from the wall to this rock. They are hoping that we can actually take the border, or take this border wall and continue to go inside. And maybe some of these have to go sideways like this, but then you start pushing them up higher. Now, I don't know if that's possible. Again, that's probably something that engineers have looked into, but as of right now, that's what some are thinking about. But let me just tell you this. If you were to fall and you land on a rock, you may not just break your bones. You may lose your life depending on how you land. And so, as of right now, some are saying we have to do more to secure the U.S. southern border. Taller border wall, right? Unclimbable, and also you need to fill in those gaps. If we do that, how many more people get injured? And as people start to get injured and their family members and their friends start to push back, and you got those that are saying, no, we need more of a border wall, we need additional security, and those that are saying, hey, my cousin got hurt, this is just, this is not the United States, this is not what I've known, we need to get rid of this. When those two groups start to clash, that's where some say that could be the start of a civil war. So we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.